Hey, welcome to hashtag LoveMyDubb. And I'm Russ Johns. If you haven't been here before, welcome. And if you're a viewer from the past, thank you so much for showing up. And, I'm here in Harper, Texas. I've been in Houston. I've been flying around and actually been driving around because I've been taking a little road trip and traveling around the country. Later on today, I'll be in Austin, Texas. If you're in Austin, send me a DM. Let me know that you're going to be around. I also missed a few people in Houston while I was there last week, and I will be back. I'm going to be returning to Houston in a couple of weeks. So I'll be back. And if you're in North Carolina, if you're Raleigh, Durham area, I'm going to be flying out there on Monday for a project. And I'd love to catch up or connect. DM me if you're going to be out there. And, this is one of the platforms that you can actually see and you can actually appreciate the fact that we can travel around, do a few things. And I've been working here on a couple of websites and helping a few clients out. And I want to talk a little bit about how Dubb can actually be leveraged for a newsletter. Now you think, wow, video platform for a newsletter. And I'm thinking, what's the connection? Why is that even a connection? Michael Baker is here. Glad to catch you up. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I hope Florida's treating you well. And I'd love to get down there sometime. I have quite a few connections in Florida, and it would be really nice to be able to be down there. And thank you so much for jumping on. And I appreciate that. I really, truly do. I appreciate you and all the support that you offer the community here. The other thing that I really want to provide is a few ideas on just making those connections that we can't always appreciate. And if you're showing up here, let me know where you're from, what you're working on. Just share, some things about what you're looking to accomplish in your social media activities. I have a few projects that I'm working on. I'm going to be, well, I should look it up because shame on me. I'm launching a book and I would love to have you. I'll put it in the show notes afterward and drop that link in there. I should have looked that up earlier. However, I get busy on my other stuff and I forget about my stuff. Does anybody else have that problem? That personal challenge of not knowing, getting out there. But realistically, I want to be able to share with you what it means to create a newsletter in Dubb. And first, I want to kind of share a few ideas about what having a newsletter can do for your business, what having a newsletter can generate. And the reason I do this is because I'm going to go through this exercise myself. I don't currently have a newsletter. Historically, I've had a blog post of some sort. And then in the last number of years, I've always been live streaming and podcasting and putting that out there and then turning it into a blog post on my website, russjohns.com. And if you want to go check that out, I'd love to have you go share some love over there and maybe, check it out. So like and subscribe to the podcast, and some of the things that shared goals, mission, and purpose, clarity. Absolutely 100%. Shared goals, mission, and purpose and clarity. Michael Baker, I hear you there. I hear you there, brother. And so let me dive into a few things that we really have to think about on the on the newsletter front here. So I'm going to share this, and then I want to see if I can do this. If I do the stream, let me do it this way. I'm going to do it this way so we can see it a little better. All right. So I'm thinking we can actually do this. Can you see this now? Okay. Newsletters with Dubb. I'm going to put this together, and I want to see if we can actually create something meaningful, because I think it's important that we understand everybody has a gift. Everybody has a mission. Everybody has a story to tell. And there's somebody out there waiting to hear your story. Shared experiences can be incredibly powerful. That's how we develop trust. If I meet somebody in public and I say, "Oh, hey, I lived in Seattle or Houston or Portland or Miami or Boston," pick a spot. If you have a shared experience, even if you're not going to agree on everything, if you have shared experiences, that builds a level of connection, and connections in your experience build trust. And what we want to do is always be part of something. It's our DNA to be part of an organization, a community, a tribe, a clan, anything. Put in the blanks. Experience, strength, and hope, unity. Absolutely, Michael. Whether you're part of any kind of a community, you have to have that strength and that hope and that imagination and determination and inspiration. And we want to be connected. It's our nature. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to share with you a couple of ideas about how that comes together. And one, first and foremost, especially when we're talking about newsletters or a live stream or a podcast or even email newsletters, we can actually have this idea that we're sharing a story. We're sharing a bit of our experience. And I always say that experiments become experience. And sometimes our experiments may not turn out exactly the way we want. We may have a challenge or two in our experience and our experiments. And the reality is that's okay. We're okay. We're built to be resilient. We're built to be able to take on these adventures in our life and put things together. And so by building and creating a newsletter, by whatever means, method, or platform you use, one of the things you're doing is building an audience. A newsletter is a great way to do this, and you can actually produce some really engaging results. And it's really important to feel that you're creating something meaningful. And, I've written books, I've created live streams, podcasts, newsletters, blogs. All of these things come together, and there's continuity between this message. And the message comes back to building your audience, creating your content, sharing your story, and bringing community together. So building an audience is really important. Also, if you're a business, especially if you're on LinkedIn and you're doing business activities, one of the things that you're always doing is, generating leads. This is important for our business. It's important for us to understand that this is something that we can do on a regular basis. So we want to continue to do this as part of our process. And I believe that content creation is it's not like paid advertisement where you're paying and exchanging for people's attention. What you're doing is systematically building a community around your ideas and your goals and your mission. And I think it's important for us to understand the difference, because if you could pour enough money into it, the person that can spend the most money is the one that will get the most attention based on the platforms we have today. However, if you take and you build that audience by sharing content, value, building a community and developing relationships, and then take them onto your own platform, that's a much longer lasting, proven way of developing a community. And it really is a great way of building community. And newsletters are only a part and a piece of that. And I think it's important for us to just kind of set aside the time to create it. Attraction over self-promotion. Absolutely. As my good friend Ronald Earl Wilshire always used to say, it's always easier to attract and engage than chase and convince. And if you're going down the street saying, buy my stuff, that's probably not the best, most useful method of attracting and generating your audience. So I really encourage you to think about how that's coming together. Now, the newsletter is also used for driving traffic. And there again, I go back to the equation, the model of being able to say, this is a piece of content that attracts people to go back to my platform and generate some activity in my platform and not somebody else's platform. That's rented property. LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all of these platforms are rented property. Those are not that's not your land. So if you can attract people back and get them back on your property, then you have a better chance of developing that relationship, building that community, and creating something meaningful for that audience. And I think it's important for us to understand the difference there. So the other one is staying top of mind, because I did almost 600 episodes of the Pirate Broadcast. I've created a lot of content. And last year, I was feeling like I needed to take a break. I needed to change. I needed to pause. And I'm still producing shows and creating, content and helping clients out with their strategy on live streaming. If you need strategy and you want to learn about podcasting or live streaming, content creation, DM me. You can always go to bookrust.com. I think I have a banner here, actually. Yeah, you can actually use bookrust.com. And that way we can connect and I can help you with that strategy and that content creation process, whether it's live streaming, podcasting, or creating a newsletter, or using Dubb. Dubb is a perfect platform for generating conversations and starting relationships. So I just really encourage you to do that. And also, if you want to sign up for Dubb, you can actually use my affiliate link. Now, it is an affiliate link where I get paid by Dubb in order to help them expose their amazing solution to more people in the audience. And my mission in life is to help more people. And I think you probably you may have heard me say that before in the past. So I do that because kindness is cool and smiles are free. It's like, it's all coming together. So why newsletters? Stay in top of mind. You have to show up. You have to, you have to participate in the conversation in order for the conversation to take place. It's not always a one-sided conversation. Well, with some people, it can be. I'm sure that we've all had this opportunity where we can actually hear in the back of our mind going, I didn't have to say a word. They did all the talking. However, when you're listening, listen to understand and appreciate what people need and how you can help them, what value you can offer them, and how you can participate in their world. And that's part of staying in top of mind. Staying top of mind is a great advertising technique that, major companies spend billions of dollars every year in order to accomplish this goal. So you have to think about it. Jordan, love you, brother. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday as well. And I keep missing you. So I will track you down eventually. But be part of it to participate in. Absolutely, Michael. That is the criteria that we all have to believe in. And the reality is that you just have to participate in some activity that allows you to stay top of mind. And that's what having a newsletter could do for you. And then, oh, did I skip some? Driving traffic, staying top of mind. Okay. So I thought I had a few more slides. I guess we went through that pretty quickly. Check the time. So to wrap it up, this idea, this concept is newsletters are one piece of the puzzle. And the reason I like Dubb for a newsletter is you can actually inject video in your newsletter. And so that's important to know and appreciate, because one thing that you can do is you can create a very short newsletter and insert a video into it and continue to stay top of mind all the time. There's a lot of people that have daily newsletters. They go out every single day, and they might batch a bunch of, for the next 2 or 3 weeks, they might batch newsletters and have them scheduled to go out. And you can do it in a number of ways. And I just wanted to share a few ideas about this newsletter activity, because you can actually create this in a very positive way. And with Dubb, it's incredibly powerful, and I just want to be able to share this with you. So I'm going to remove this now. No, hold on. I want to go to last one. So, and as you know, LoveMyDubb, this is the show every Wednesday at 12:15 Pacific time. That's West Coast. That's California time. And because I'm in Arizona and we don't do daylight savings times, well, I'm not in Arizona today, but typically I'm in Arizona. So it's the same time. Anyway, time zones. It's all crazy. The reality is that this is all part of the process of staying relevant in your market, in your community, in your business, and continue to make money, make progress, move forward. And we all have value. We can all share our value, and we either trade it or we produce it, or we have to generate it some way, shape, or form. So if you have any questions, I would love to have a conversation with you. And like I said, you can always go to bookruss.com and go to Russ or bookruss.com and, book a time with me. I would love to have a conversation with you. And it's always great to be able to catch up with audience and schedule a time that works for you and your calendar, and let's make this happen. So now I wanted to take this, and I want to stop sharing the screen. And I think what I would like to accomplish is, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. Let me share the screen again. Let me share the screen. Present this. Share the screen. Share the screen, Russ. Share the screen. Why is it not showing up? Window. Entire screen. Well, I'll just share the entire screen. Okay. Let me do that. And then I can go to Dubb. Let's go open dashboard. Can you see that now? No, because I'm not sharing it. All right, I got to share it. Add to stream. Okay, now can you see it? Let me get the infinity window out of here. Let me know if you can see that, because I'm a little hesitant to share this if you're not seeing it. But hey, experiments turn into experience. And I usually have more than one monitor, so it's really kind of curious for me. Is that showing up now? Oh, let me go here. I'll just say yes. All right. So the way that you can actually create a newsletter in Dubb is you go to automation, you go to email, and you can actually set up automated email campaigns to where they can actually get scheduled out. And then you create your emails. You can create your emails here. And then you can actually add tags to your contacts. So when your tags are created, then you can actually trigger those tags to start an email campaign. So if you go to LoveMyDubb, you go to podcast your brand. You go to Pirate Syndicate. You go to email your brand. Number of sites that I have, they all go back to the Dubb account, and it creates a trigger to either download a mini course. And now I'm going through the process of setting up a trigger that will allow me to actually generate a series of newsletters, a series of emails that can go out. And then once you create those emails, then you can actually generate a sequence for those newsletters and put that in place. And the reason, a lot of people have heard of MailChimp and, Drip, or, there's a number of Constant Contact, and there's all kinds of email programs out there. And I'm constantly testing this stuff. However, I think that if I can get a stack of technology that I'm putting together and bring all of that technology together, then what will happen is I get more efficient at it, because I know and understand all of the technology that I'm using. And that way I can actually create something very quickly, effectively. And because I'm a fan and I promote video, then I'm using the program that I use and have an affiliate program for in my process of delivering content. And because I'm doing it that way, then what happens is the content is always being refreshed by the platforms that I use, and then people will always come back to the platform that I use. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. However, I'm going to stop sharing now, and then we're going to talk about this a little bit more. So stop sharing. All right. Did that even make sense at all? Let me ask you. LoveMyDubb. Awesome. Hey, Joe, how you doing, brother? Michael Baker, thank you so much. I can see it. So CRM programs. Yes. And I've been administrator. I've created lots of different CRM programs, Pipedrive, Salesforce, Nimble, Zoho. There's all kinds out there. However, I encourage us to think about streamlining these platforms in a way that merges our workflow and our business process and our lead generation efforts into one. And by reducing this effort into Dubb, because I use Dubb to collect content, people that I connect with on LoveMyDubb or Podcast Your Brand or Russ Johns. I use this for managing those contacts. So if I can take that contact list, manage that more effectively because I'm using fewer programs, then it allows me the opportunity to help more people, build relationships and create that continuity. So I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to kind of think about that and, kind of reflect on how that affects you. How is it working in your business? What is it that you can minimize, optimize, and implement as part of the system that you need for your workflow? I'd love to hear back from you. I would love to be able to understand what challenges you run into on a regular basis. What is it about technology that you find frustrating? I'd love to learn about all of these things so I can actually create content that allows me to help you. So if you want to, just drop them in the comments. Let me know how I can assist and support you along your journey because, kindness is cool and smiles are free. So I truly believe that. And I want to be able to assist and support you on your journey. So I'm going to be taking off a little bit here and heading over to Austin. So if you're in the Austin market or you're anywhere in Austin, I'll be at the convention center for the Texas Librarians Conference for my book launch with Liz Lawless. We do a show, Author Adventure, on Tuesdays. I do the LoveMyDubb show on Wednesdays. She does a show that I produce on Thursdays about Wild West diversity and the Cowboys of color and some of the things in the market that generate a lot of diversity in conversations around, growing up in the West in the old days and some of the living legends that exist in that. So please let me know what you can do in your business today and generate a little bit more visibility for your conversation. So I'm Russ Johns. Love to have you join me every week, Wednesdays on LoveMyDubb. I'm going to be launching a few other shows. So stay tuned for that. I'm getting ready to do that as soon as I slow down long enough to pay attention. So anyway, until next time, thank you so much. Know that kindness is cool and smiles are free. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. So till next time, enjoy the day.